Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with a bit of a filming frenzy today. So I am back now with my wax empties for the month of September 2019 and a little bit into October as well. I don't have any chit chat and I just want to be done with this, so I'm just going to jump right in and get started with my Bath and Body Works. So the first item I have is just a lid. So I used up a Gardenia candle this month, or last month, so a little bit out of season, but it was just kind of hanging around and I knew I would buy more in the springtime anyway, so I decided to just use it up and enjoy it while it was still warm because it's just now kind of cooling down consistently in Virginia. Summer definitely held on for a while, so I figured this would be appropriate for at least a little bit in September. And so yeah, I used it up, but when I went to pop out my wax when I was done, the glass actually broke. I didn't want to deal with that, so I just tossed it. So this is the lid to signify that I used up a Gardenia candle. Definitely a heavy white floral. I love it, and I will absolutely repurchase it when the time comes next year. The next one that I used up is another 3-wick. These are all 3-wicks, by the way, in Vanilla Bean Marshmallow. I think I purchased this maybe 2 SASs ago. It's been a while since I bought this. The keynotes are a comforting vanilla fragrance that evokes the sweetness of a homemade marshmallow. This is just a very heavy vanilla marshmallow fragrance. It's definitely gourmand. I like it. It's not my favorite ever, but I think it's still good. Also, I really enjoy that I found a fragrance or a candle with spring of 2016 packaging. I think that 2016, even though I love Bath and Body Works still, I think that 2016 was really the last year of consistently good product, I guess. And I hate to say that, but honestly, I kind of think of 2015 and 2016 as being like the end of good stuff all the time. Like, I don't know. So yeah, this was actually made in 2018, but again, it has that 2016 packaging. I know some people kind of ragged on the wreath packaging from this particular season. I didn't mind it because I felt like the images still made sense with what it was. And honestly, I think that's kind of my beef with Bath and Body Works. You know, I say that I think 2016 was the last good year because I feel like 2016 was the last year before things got a little bit cheesy and a little bit lazy. So because I love the fragrance, I'm still going to buy it no matter what it looks like. But I think so much of the appeal was lost for me when the packaging, I think, just kind of went downhill. So I feel like Bath and Body Works has kind of picked up their game in terms of packaging again this past year, but I don't know. I still feel like 2016 was the last good year for Bath and Body Works, but anyway. My next one that I used up is actually definitely not new, but this is the first time that I've had this. It is the Summer Boardwalk, again from this year. I think this packaging, by the way, is fantastic. I feel like it's detailed, it's pretty, it makes sense with what the candle is, and I feel like it's so summery and fun. This collection was wonderful. So the key notes in Summer Boardwalk are caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apple, salty sweet cream, and essential oils. I feel like I've kind of stayed away from it in years past because it's just too cloying and just too in your face for me, which is weird because I typically go for really strong candles. But yeah, this year I decided to just kind of try it out and see how I liked it, and I loved it. It was fantastic. So definitely just kind of like a sweet apple popcorn caramel state fair kind of scent. My husband, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but we are actually married now. We got married early. My husband hated this, so I had to take this out of my warmer every time that he was home from a trip. So this took me a while to get through, but yeah, I just enjoyed it on my own. Even though he didn't like it, I will continue to repurchase them and only burn them or melt them when he's out of town. Oops. Oh well. The next one I used up is one that he actually really loves, and I always say I'll buy more. This is Pink Apple Punch from this year's SAS. Cute packaging, and the keynotes are, is it from this year's SAS? I think so. Anyway, the keynotes are green apple, juicy honey crisp, pink melon punch, and essential oils. The keynotes have changed a little bit for Pink Apple Punch, but the fragrance is still the same as years past. This is a great fragrance. I know some people don't like it because they find it to be kind of synthetic, and I can see that, but I actually really enjoy it. Pink Lady apples are my favorite apples, so yeah, I think it's a great fragrance, and it had a really fun, cute pink wax too. I think part of the reason why I just feel like Bath & Body Works is not as fun or as good as it used to be is I feel like I'm also kind of like over everything being white wax. I really enjoy when it's colored wax because I feel like it just adds more visual interest and it makes me more interested as a buyer. But like I said, it can be like the most heinous packaging, and as long as I like the scent, I'll still buy it. I'm just not going to be as intrigued to just buy more of them, I guess I would say. And then the last 3 wick that I used up this month was in Crisp Green Apple. I also purchased this during SAS. I know it came out kind of earlier this spring, and I remember when I smelled it for the first time, I didn't like it because something about the one that I smelled was just very off to me, and not quite in a chemical way, but almost kind of like moldy, like an apple gone wrong. But I don't know, I tried it again just because I love green apple and I'm so drawn to the scent of like apple rinds that I just felt like I wanted to try it again, and I did. And I don't know if it was a batch variation or you know what, but I think that the second time around it smelled fine to me. So the keynotes are tart green apple, juicy citrus, and sugar crystals. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that. It's a very sweet apple rind fragrance. It's definitely a green apple. It's definitely not like a Macintosh or a farm stand apple or whatever, because those apples to me smell a little bit like hairspray, a little too like chemical to me, but this one was really nice. All right, so that's it for my Bath & Body Works 3 wicks. I also used up a Yankee candle, some Super Tarts, so yeah. The only Yankee large candle that I used up is my candle in Fresh Mint. I purchased this, I believe, from SAS. This is the second Fresh Mint candle that I've had. I missed the days, and sorry about the glare there, but I missed the days of the large label. I don't know, I just kind of like looking at the large picture, I guess. I'm looking at the bottom as if there are keynotes. But yeah, this is just a great fragrance. I would totally repurchase. It smells like a mint plant. Like if you're familiar with how a mint plant smells, to me it just smells like that. My grandpa Keith used to grow mint in his garden, and I just remember really enjoying picking it and smelling it and chewing on it, and yeah, it just smells like that to me, so very nostalgic in that way. I would also compare it to like mint gum. I would not compare it to like twisted peppermint, like a more, I wouldn't say a more edible mint, because you can certainly eat a mint plant, but you know, twisted peppermint is much sweeter. It's more of a dessert, whereas, you know, this is more of like gum or an actual mint plant. So I really love it. I'm a fan of mint. I would totally repurchase, so I'll be on the lookout for it next Yankee SAS. The next items from Yankee that I used up are votives. I have chopped these votives in half and melted them in my classroom. We are nearly 6.5 weeks into the school year now, and so every day I melt something in my room. So yeah, these tarts will last me 2 days because I chopped them in half. So that's why I've got quite a few of these. I used up 2 I guess they're not tarts. Have I been saying tarts? I don't know, whatever. But 2 votives, excuse me, in buttercream. So I purchased these because they smelled nice on cold. They're pretty light, but they just smell like vanilla icing, I guess. But in my warmer in my classroom, they did like nada for me. They're basically non-existent. It was the same as having pretty much nothing. So I would not repurchase that, which is too bad because it smelled nice on cold. It was light on cold, but not so much that you couldn't smell it. But yeah, warming, it just did nada. So I'm not gonna repurchase that. But I also used up a red raspberry. I've got 1 more of these in my classroom right now. Mixed reviews from my kiddos on red raspberry. So some of them said that it was fine, but it definitely smelled fake. Others liked it because they thought it smelled like candy. So it's not my favorite, but I do like it, so I will continue to purchase red raspberry in the future anyway. The next one that I used up is one Vineyard, and again, I chopped them in half, and it takes me 2 days because I'll use half of it for a day. I really enjoy this fragrance. Kids seem to like it for the most part. And yeah, just a fun grape fragrance. I would definitely buy more in the future. The next one that I used up was pretty popular with my students. So this is the Strawberry Lemon Ice. I feel like it smells like what it sounds like. Great fragrance, kid friendly. It just smells like strawberries, lemon, and ice. So yeah, I like it. I'll repurchase it again. The next one that I used up is kind of an interesting one. I remember one of my students saying it smelled like something like really weird, but I can't remember what it was that he insisted it smelled like. It is Bahama Breeze. So some of my kids asked about this one. I tell them it's just kind of like a tropical fruit drink, I guess is what it's supposed to smell like. And yeah, I can't really put my finger on like one fragrance over another, but yeah, it just smells like a cold, frozen, tropical fruit medley drink. So I enjoy it. I will repurchase. And one of my favorite things about it is that it's a really fun light blue color. So I like buying them. The last one from Yankee that I used up, I actually finished it today, is Summer Scoop. I have had a couple of these in the past and I love this one. It just smells like berry ice cream. I feel like it's really nice. My students liked it. So if I can get my hands on more, I will definitely purchase more. And my very last thing that I have for my wax empties for September and a little bit into October is one clamshell from Super Tarts. This is in Lollipop Guild. The notes are sweet lollipops and fresh cut grass. I've had my eye on this one for a while because I tend to be partial to anything Wiz Ravaz, and the Lollipop Guild is an allusion to Wiz Ravaz. It's the three boys when Dorothy gets to Munchkin Land, the three boys who greet her. And yeah, that's a Lollipop Guild. So it says sweet lollipops and fresh cut grass. It's a bright green color and it had a little bit of a blue something or other in the middle. I really enjoy the thought behind Super Tarts. I enjoy the creativity. I've said in the past that sometimes Super Tarts is a little bit complex for me in terms of fragrance, but ultimately I really appreciate the concept itself. This was a fine fragrance. I really like grassy fragrances, so that's why I decided to get it. It says sweet lollipops, but I actually got more of like a clean vibe from this. Like I will maintain forever that it smells like grass and Blue Dawn. So if you want a clean fragrance that isn't laundry, I think this would be a nice one for you. So you've got to like grass, you got to be down with that. But if you want, again, something clean that's not laundry, because I don't really like laundry, this would be a good one. So that is it for my wax empties. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back soon with my beauty empties again for September and a little bit into October. As always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.